Okay, let's talk about camera setting. If you open your scene, you have a camera. You can select on this and see the camera setting, or you can go to the scene and click on the camera. You can see it's directly going to the camera setting. It's very easy. You can use position, change rotation, and scale too. You can see you can change the position. From here, you can change the rotation of that. It's better. It is an render camera. It means the game see the game. You watch the game through this camera. For going to that, you have to go to this icon. It's bring you there, and it's better to change the position of the camera with navigation tool. Okay, not scale position rotation. Or you can, for example, give a specific number to that. And the important thing is follow which things the camera is following. None. If you said none and preview your game, you can see the camera is in its position and character is moving. It does not follow anything. This is our character. If you go to the scene and the asset, you can see this object is in character box. And if you set follow to game pass, I'll be show you later. And the character, this is a character category. Means, for example, you can go to the scene asset, and for example, you can drag and drop a car as a character. This is a character category. If you go to camera setting, you now see these two car and dummy object in character list. Means it's following these objects especially. If you drag and drop object to the character, it means it's knowing them as a character. I will show you later. So be careful about that. We don't need to as a character and drag and drop it in this position. Okay, go to the scene again, camera. Okay, be careful about your camera positioning. If you have see this box, means this is a camera. And from here, you can tell, okay, follow the character. And if you preview, the character is moving and the camera is following that. You can see the camera is following our character. Nice. Or you can character the game pass. For seeing that, I give you this file. We'll talk more about this path. Okay, in such a this games that is following the path, you can see this is changing the path and it's moving different paths, and the camera in this game here, this camera is following the game path, not character. It's following slopes and everything. You can see. Let's play this game. We can see it's following the game path, not exactly character. Okay, you can use it if you want. So this is game path. Okay, come back to our default 3D. Okay, let's talk about other setting in camera, or you can tell the software, especially this is a category. It means what is the category? If you select any object, you can change the collision group to which one do you want: characters, enemies, platform, or coin. It's very important because in software it detected as a category in a category list. For example, this is collision shape is listed on category list. You have to clearly set your object in your scene. So if you don't want to use all the character, for example, you have a lots of character and it's listed below this line, means you can choose a specific object to follow it. Field of view, another important thing. For example, you are zooming here, and from this angle, you want to see wide angle, more object in a scene. You can change field of view, but be careful about the scene. It's stretched from center to the corner, or you can zoom in or zoom out. 16 is nice. And we have more advanced things. You can change the scale of your camera, or you can change the scale of your camera here. It's changing the zoom actually. In this case, it's better to going to see the scene, and let's change the scale of camera to see what happened here. In this case, in buildbox 3, it changed the zoom, but I think, yeah, you have to refresh that. Yeah, you can see if you change the scale of your camera, it will be zoom out, zoom in this place. Okay, without changing the field of view. You can use the scale if you want. And you can set the view if you want. If you want to create a 2D look games, you can make it flat. Flat means it changes orientation in isometric view, flat or 3D perspective or parallel actually. And we have interesting things. Rotation follow. I tell, okay, you can it's rotate based on rotation of the, for example, character. Let's see what happened. If you rotate the camera, it will rotate, follow the camera. Nice. You can see character is rotating, and it's rotating based on camera. You can make it none. And the follow force is actually the power of the following the camera, following the character. How much do you want to follow camera your character? You can change this force if you want. One is 100%, and you can change it any number that you want. The follow threshold, for example, follow threshold make all of these numbers. For example, 2, it's the follow threshold. Actually, it's a delay. For example, if you preview after, for example, 2 units in Z and Y, you can see after a delay of 2 pixel, 2 unit, it will follow the camera, follow the character. It's actually a delay. 0 means immediately if the character move, the camera will be moved with that. And the offset is something like this. For example, make offset 10, it offset the camera based on the character, and 10 in Y. You can see it's going up. Oh, if you change offset, for example, 2 and refresh that, you can see it's offsetting the camera based on it's not good because you have to position your camera based on the view on the camera. And this is on far render distance. If you go to camera, if you go more than far from the object, for example, give it this number, half, they will be not render in your scene. If you preview from this scene, you have to in some of edition, you can see we don't have anything. We cannot see anything because the far render set to this number from the camera. It means the camera is in this direction, and from the 0 of the camera to this unit, the software render something in between them, and it does not render far from this number that you typed there. 6 1000 pixel or anything that you need. And if we zoom in, I think we are going to the that range, and the software can render objects. And so it's very important when you have a very large scene and you want to reach to the that area to see something, and for example, the objects are these far from the camera are not very important, and it does not rendering, and your game become more lighter and comfortable to playing. And also this is a near render distance, that don't change it because it's the minimum and the maximum is most important. So all of these are settings about the camera.